So welcome back to yet another tutorial. Now we will look at the Vagrant, which is to install this virtual machine, and we install it in our local computer or our personal computer, so that even if we don't have access to internet, we can perform ALX projects. And bad news, if you are having latest Macs that runs on Apple Silicon chip, then this Vagrant project will not help you. Okay, but if you have Intel based Macs, then follow this link, and then you will be able to install. Now I found this useful on Windows. That's why for this particular video I've decided to use Windows. I've tried using the Mac OS and it's not working because they no longer support development of VirtualBox for Mac, latest Macs. So you just need to click on this download link, and that will take you to the Oracle page. Okay, then here just click on Windows host. You can also click OS host if you are using Mac OS. Then just click on Windows host, and that will bring this download here. Okay, then if you look at the manual we have, once you download the VirtualBox, you need to install it. So we are going to install it. Okay, and this installation process is long, so you can click this video to play it, let's say ×2, so that it doesn't take much time. Okay, so let's give it some time to install the VirtualBox, and it's going to take several minutes. Okay, so I will pause, and when it needs to alert me to like click on something, I will bring it back. So I have finished installing, so I'll just click finish. Now the next thing I'm being told is that now I need to download Vagrant. Okay, you click on that link, it takes you to Vagrant. Okay, so I have already downloaded mine, so I will install Vagrant because that is what we are being told. So I'll click on that and then run it. Next, accept, next, install. As you can see, it takes time, so you will need a lot of patience in this project. Okay, so we are being told that installation process is completed, so we'll click finish, and then we are told to restart our system so that the changes made to Vagrant can take effect. So if I make a mistake to say yes and I'm recording on this computer, it's going to be a problem. So I'll click done. So after installing Vagrant successfully and restarting your computer, we need now to add Ubuntu. And before we add Ubuntu, we are told to open command prompt. So how do you do that? You just come here and type cmd. Okay, then let us run it as administrator. So cmd, yes, I want to run it. Yes. So my Windows is sort of slow, but I've opened it too. Here you go. So this is just like the terminal in Windows. Okay, so it's the terminal in Windows. So here now we need to enter this this line of code, okay. So we are going to use that to install Ubuntu 20.04. so how do we do that? I come here and then paste. Okay, and the beauty of Windows, my Windows, I've just long pressed and it has pasted it, and then now I have to press enter. So this process is also going to take a lot of time. Okay, so you need to be patient with this one. Here we need the patience of the saints. So it's going to be long. I will pause it and I will show snippets of it as it continues. Okay. So you can see it's loading. You see the image we have here, it's the same thing we are seeing here. So just give it time, it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, so we keep waiting. So when you see this last line, successfully added box Ubuntu, this one, you should know that you have successfully added Ubuntu. Okay, you see the cursor is active. Okay, so we need to move to the next thing. So after successfully adding the Ubuntu, we need now to create our first machine. So in order for us to create our virtual machine, we'll say Vagrant init ubuntu /focal64. So I'll copy that, come to my command line, and I'll just long press to paste, and then I press enter. So that is going to initialize our first machine. Okay, so that one I'll leave it here for you to see, and you see a Vagrant file has been placed in this directory. You are now ready to Vagrant up your first virtual environment. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, because you see the cursor is active, is now to install a plugin. Okay, so if you don't install this plugin, here, you may have issues with the latest version of Vagrant. So it's very important that you install this plugin. So I'll copy it, come to my command line, long press to paste. So I'm using a Wacom digital screen, that's why it's easy to paste by long pressing. Okay, and then press enter. So that is going to install that plugin. The plugin is called Vagrant VB Guest. So I will leave this one here, and I'm also going to post the video, so you take your time to install your plugin. Okay, then you can come back. So the plugin has just finished installing. Now what we need to do, if you follow the manual, we need now to start our virtual machine, and every step that we have done up here you will not repeat. So the only thing you will be doing next time you visit Vagrant is to say this command Vagrant app, and that one I will just type. Okay, so you say Vagrant space app. That's the command that you will be using, and then you press enter. Okay, and once you do that, I'm bringing machine default up with VirtualBox provider. Give it time, don't misbehave, just be patient. Progress 90% done. So I'll pause the video and let those things run up and install. So guys, I've just run into an error, and actually there are like 3 errors. One is this one. There's an error executing VirtualBox manage, and then there's a standard error here, and then there's an error with VTX is disabled in BIOS. So I'll need to go and change that in my settings. Okay, so to fix this VTX BIOS issue, I'll have to switch my computer. Okay, then press F2 or F10 to load up the BIOS. Then I'm going to look where there's VTX and then change it to be I'll change it to enable. Okay, now there's no way I can show that in the video because I'm recording the screen. Okay, so just look on YouTube how to enable VTX. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to Google that. So I've just Googled and I'm seeing this first link, how to geek, and after clicking it, it gives me many options here. So I'm going to share this link in the description below to enable you learn how you can solve this particular error, but I'm going ahead to solve it myself. So when you press F10 continuously, it will load up this particular menu. You see there are tabs: main, security, system configuration, and then there is exit. So I want you to press the arrow key on the keyboard to go to system configuration. Now under system configuration, you are going to find we have the virtualization technology, we have hyperthreading, fan always on, action keys mode, better remaining time, and boot options. Okay, now the reason as to why you are having a problem or we ran into an error is because the virtualization technology VTX, okay, was disabled. So I want you to navigate using your arrow key, then press enter. Now when you press enter, you are going to get a small menu window, okay, where it says disabled or enabled. If yours was disabled, you should just press the down arrow key and then make it enabled. Ensure that enabled is selected, and then press enter, so that up here it should show that your virtualization technology is enabled. Okay, remember, how do we get into this particular page? We switch off our computer completely, shut down, then we press the power button, and then we press F10. You just press F10 continuously until you see this particular page. Okay, so HP recommends that this feature remain disabled unless specialized applications are being used. So that's why if you're using probably HP, that's why you find that it was switched off. Okay, so that's it. Ensure that you bring it on. Ensure that you bring it on. So after bringing it on, then you need to press F10. You just need to press F10, and then it will ask you, do you want to exit saving changes? Press yes, and then after that your computer is going to switch on. Then it's going to load up your Windows, and life is done. We have solved that error. So after fixing the error, we'll go back to command prompt, cmd. I'm just going to use this one. Yes, run it as administrator. And now where we stopped is where we were to, start a virtual machine here. Okay, there is actually where we were to start. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, I'm going to say Vagrant app and give it time. So the first time you are running this, it will take some time, but after creating that virtual machine, it will not take this long. Okay. So when you see this cursor blinking, it means that we are now done. Okay, so Vagrant is now fully installed and it's now up. We have created a virtual machine. Now there are two ways to log into your virtual machine. The first way, you go look for VirtualBox in the user interface. Just type VirtualBox and click on it. After clicking on it, you will see that there is a virtual machine that is running here that has been created. Okay, and you just click on show. Okay, so when you click on show, it loads up this, and then you log in the way you log in into normal machines. Okay, so you log in. Let me bring it here. The username is Vagrant and password is Vagrant. And when you're typing password, you will not see it definitely. Okay, so now you see, you get something like Vagrant at ubuntu hyphen then focal. Remember, we were using focal. Okay, ubuntu focal. So here you can say ls or print working directory, Okay, you can make directory, let's say atom example, atom, like that. So if I ls, I see atom there, I can cd into atom. Remember, this is Windows, so without this we can't actually use it. Okay, so the other way, I will close this, I will close it. The other way, and it's the way that I prefer, so this one we are just going to continue running it in the background, and then I will just close this. The way, or the other way we will be using, and this is what I actually recommend. You just type Vagrant SSH, and then that one will now load Ubuntu into your terminal. So when you see the color of your terminal has changed, that means you are inside Ubuntu. Now you can use things like clear to clear the terminal. You can ls, and you see what we created the other side, the directory called atom is here. Now we can go ahead and remove it. Remove dir atom, and voila, that is gone. Okay, so we are now inside Ubuntu focal. Now we have Ubuntu on our machine.